Hello, welcome back to In Bed with a Nerd. Today I'm going to be discussing the importance of critical thinking. Over the last few days I've been watching some fascinating talks done by a guy called Stephen Molyneux, and he's quite well known on YouTube for his views into philosophy. And I recently just watched a lecture between him and the leader of the Zeitgeist movement, Peter Joseph. It was really, really interesting to watch people of such high intellect have an open and honest debate, using their rational mind and critical thinking. Now, one of the things that I came to realise is, having gone through the mainstream education system, my ability to critical think had been quite impaired. I was taught from a young age that in order to do well in a test, I had to take whatever material I was being taught and then regurgitate it, almost essentially word for word, and that in order to succeed, that was the way that we had to learn. Now, one of the things I've realised as I've gotten older is that, there's a lot of bullshit out there, and we need to be able to look at a source of information and judge whether or not it's going to be trustworthy. Now, one of the interesting things that I found Peter Molyneux talk about, he said you've got to look at information as an empiricist. You have to be able to look at the data, and then from that data, draw conclusions. Now, obviously, if the data is incorrect or comes from a less than accurate collection method, it's going to give you rubbish. Essentially, you can't come to any meaningful conclusion from something that comes from a poor source. So I think it's really, really important moving forward that people actually learn what it is to critically think. And I think a lot of human beings, particularly in the West, because of our education system, have lost the ability to be able to differentiate between their emotional response and a rational response. Now, there are certain subjects that you might feel very strongly about, and that's going to cloud your judgment when it comes to looking at data. You're going to lose your ability to be impartial. I think it's all well and good to be passionate about a subject, but you have to be able to look at whatever's being presented to you empirically. That is from a logical mindset. So that said, obviously it's something that I continue to work on, and whenever I'm listening or looking at something, I do try and analyse where it's come from and how truthful that source of information may be, and I want to be able to understand why it is that particular presenter has drawn their conclusions from the data that they may be talking about. So yeah, just one of those things. I encourage all of you who are out there to start to study and look at ways of questioning data, become critical thinkers, become skeptics, and try and get to the truth of whatever it is that you're actually talking about, so that way we don't spread misinformation. Anyways, that about sums up what I was feeling and what I had to say. I hope you are all well, and thank you for watching. If you like, please subscribe and share. Anyways, have a good one. Bye.